Hi everybody, how are you guys doing today? I'm doing pretty good. Tired, ready for a nice long nap for 100 years, or just a couple hours. Anyway, today's video we are making a heart wreath. And despite what all my friends say, and despite how this ends up looking, it is a heart wreath. It is for Valentine's Day. It is a heart wreath with a heart in the middle, and it's sweet and cute, alright? I don't want to hear anything about Gwyneth Paltrow because somebody's bound to say it in the comments. It's a heart wreath. Get your mind out the gutter. So, this is a rag wreath. Obviously, it's a heart rag wreath. That's it. That's all it is. I have some strips of fabric that are ripped to half an inch, about half an inch, a little under, a little over, and they're all cut at 5 inches so I can tie them on here and have them just kind of creating a frame. And when you're doing this, you want to work from inside out. So if you were going to do the whole thing as a rag wreath and not have the heart in the middle, then you would just start at the innermost ring, go to the middle one, and then go to the outside one. And all I'm doing is a square knot. I tried this a couple different ways when I was prototyping it, I guess, and tying 2 knots, I didn't really see that was any more secure than just tying the 1 knot and really making sure you pack the scraps on there. It's just a little close up. I mean, I'm just going under, not pushing it down. And the way you can get away with using just the 1 knot is that we're really going to pack these pieces in here. Like, it's going to be where we can't think we're going to get any more, and then we're going to put some more on. And it's kind of like the tension of all the knots all next to each other holds it in place. And obviously this is a somewhat labor-intensive process, not like hard to do, just it's time-consuming. And I can't move one of my fingers today, and I finished this like 2 days ago. So yeah, just it's a good TV project. Get all your strips cut. I used about 1 yard of the white and maybe like 3/4 of a yard of pink, so if you just get 1 yard of each, you'll be good. You definitely wouldn't need a full yard if you were going to do the inner ring as well, but better safe than sorry. And this is just the poly cotton blends that they sell pre-measured at Walmart, because I'd have a better chance of getting a kidney than I would at getting someone to cut fabric at Walmart. Like, that's just the tea. See, I'm just going to tie everything on here. So, and the reason this is already halfway done, which I should have explained in the beginning, but I was busy defending my artistic choices against Gwyneth Paltrow. I was going to get on camera the other morning, film how to do this step, how to do a little bit of the outside, and then go off camera, sit down, watch a movie, watch something on Netflix, and finish it up. But my power went out on Wednesday, I think, when I first started. I think I did most of this on Thursday, so my power went out Wednesday, and it was out for 6 hours. And, you know, that was fine, I guess. My laptop battery didn't last that long, and everybody kept waking me up because they were outside loudly screaming at each other about the power being out. But I was going to film because my camera was charged up, and then I said, no, I can't do that because I can't turn any of my lights on. So I did most of this off screen. I didn't want to do it like that, but it needed to get done. Because it's Saturday afternoon, or Saturday evening right now, and I have no videos done for next week. This will be Monday's video, and it is being recorded right now. So see, I'm getting really full down here, but I'm just going to keep pushing and keep putting more fabric in. And I cut these at 5 inches because the fabric that you're going to buy is usually between 42 and 44 inches. And once you cut off the selvage, that usually takes, you know, an inch off, so like 40, 42. So if I cut them at 5 inches long, that means I could get 8 pieces out of each strip. If you cut them at 6, you can get, what is that, 7? No. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. Do them at 5, yeah. Because 5 times 8 is 40, and 6 times 8 is, no, 6 times 7 is 42, so either 6 or 7. You're going to use a little bit more if you cut them at 6, obviously, but if you want it a little more fluffier, you can go with that. So yeah, I think I'm done in there pretty tight. Everything's kind of all over the place right now, just don't worry about that. Okay, so this is all done. Everything's tied on. I did spray this with a solution I'm working on for my rag bows. Not 100% there with it yet. This was better than all the other stuff I've done, but not great. But if you wanted to, you could spray it with hairspray. You could spray it with some starch to stiffen it up. You could leave it alone. I really liked the way it felt after I had sprayed my little homemade concoction on there. It was nice and still soft, but stiffer. Or it had more body. I wouldn't say it was stiffer. So this is one of those hearts from Dollar Tree. Whatever you do, don't try to pull this string out because it will basically rip the entire heart out. I did that on another one that I was using. And to attach this, we're going to use some pipe cleaners and some hot glue. And I don't know if it was coincidence that this just so happens to fit inside the wireframe, or that it just so happens to have these marks exactly where you would need to put the pipe cleaners to wire it in, but let's just go with that. So, as you know from Dollar Tree, the glitter does not stay on. So you can't glue directly onto the back of this because you'd be gluing onto the glitter and the glitter just comes right off. So I just went in with my scissors here and I just scratched a little bit so I could get down to like the raw styrofoam that doesn't have anything on it. Now I'm going to take my Gorilla Glue, put a little bit in there, put the pipe cleaner down, and then I made some little pins. You can kind of see them off to the side on the right side of the screen. They're just floral wire that's been bent into like a little staple. And it's just giving me a little bit extra security. And it's just kind of going in there, sinking into the glue. It melts the glue melts the styrofoam a little. The glue holds the staple in, the fuzzies, you know, it's if I'm going to do something, I'm going to make sure it's secure, you know. And these are just 2 pipe cleaners that I cut in half, as you saw. Okay, so hot glue and staples. And then this is probably the most complicated part of this, and it's not even complicated. This fits in the frame. I wish I would have shown you without all the stuff on it. It fits in the frame by sitting right up against the V part of the heart in the second ring. Like, it's not going to fit in the first one. It's going to go down to the second one, like the middle ring, and sit in there. And then it's going to sit on top of the humps of the innermost ring, if that makes sense. But once you get it in there and you just kind of push it towards the bottom, you'll feel the styrofoam heart just kind of butt up against the wire frame. And once that's there, you know, okay, that's where it's supposed to be, you know, because it can't go anywhere else. And if you're looking at this and thinking, wow, all those rags are like smashed down there, what was the point of doing that? But don't worry, I got you. I got in an altercation with my neighbors because they were playing music real loud. I don't like that. Now every time they make noise, I'm like, oh, I'm calling the police. Okay, so now our rags are kind of like all stuck all over the place. So this is just an empty stick that I used, a floral stick that had some, it was come from a bush that I did my basket on with. Just pulled it out of the garbage because it was right there. You don't have to use this. You could use pretty much anything as long as you can get behind that styrofoam and pull the fabric up. And it's really easy on the sides and at the bottom, but when you get up to the top, it's resting on those two, see the two humps? It's kind of resting on that middle ring. So you have to kind of pull the frame back some. Don't pull the styrofoam at all. Like, just see, that went in real easy. But then up here, I'm going to run into some trouble because it's a little bit tighter. It goes through, not a big deal. It's not hard to do. It's just, you have to caress it. You have to finesse it. You have to caress it a little bit more. You have to finesse it a little bit more. You can caress it if you want. I'm not judging anybody. Do what you want. See, and right at the top, this is where it was the kind of hardest to get in. And you're pushing one side of the knot between the knot and the foam, and then you're pushing the other one between the white section and the pink. I feel like I am not making any sense because I'm so tired and so hungry, and yeah. But you pretty much, in the end, however you get there, you want all your rag parts to be on the front of the wreath, obviously. And here I'm going through and just kind of picking at it a little bit more, making sure it's all nice and fluffed up, and then trimming it some if you want it trimmed. I wanted to make sure you could see that V at the bottom, because the heart shape kind of gets obscured with all the rags, all the fabric, whatever you want to do. And this is it. I mean, this is a time-consuming process, but it's not hard. It's definitely something you could do in an evening, probably. Pretty inexpensive. I think that was $4 worth of fabric, $1 for the heart, $1 for the heart frame. So, $6. And here's some pictures of it looking way too bright outside. There's no way it was this bright in real life. I don't know what was going on with these pictures and me editing them, but I hope you guys enjoyed this. Have a fantastic day. Remember to comment, like, subscribe, turn on your notifications, follow me on Instagram, look up that picture of Gwyneth Paltrow standing in front of that rose wall, like the goop thing, and I will see you guys on Wednesday with something new, hopefully. Bye bye.